Hey guys, how's swimming pool today? I did not go. I have to take care of stuff. I got one of the most annoying things that can happen that are not, not life or death, but I got a leak in my bathroom from the neighbors. So I had to call like insurance and this and that and yeah, fun stuff. Not sure. There's like the walls, I think, is kind of messed up now. It's all humid, so I'm not sure if we're gonna have to redo like a corner of our bathroom. Not very fun. Like it's not bad, but I think it's bad enough. Like our tile's a bit cracked. They might just have to redo a bunch, so that's kind of annoying. Our pretty much brand new bathroom. So no swimming pool. I think I might go later though. I'm gonna stream until 6 or so. 3 hours and then probably go to the swimming pool. Um, all right. It's not ideal. Yeah, I've never had to deal with that kind of stuff, but yeah, not looking forward to it, that's for sure. All right, let's see. Do I want to snare his servant right away? Um, no, not really. I'll see. Maybe you should. Yeah, I'm just gonna say go. Probably gonna fold pretty low. Looks like he's playing Rug Energy. I guess he could be Red-Green Energy too, but probably gonna fold low. Kind of want to use Stasis there that he just attacked. So let's see how much damage is gonna save me. It's gonna save me 2 point next turn. But only 1 point of damage. All right, I'll just take it. Would you ever play a Ram deck on stream? Ronos. Yeah, I mean, I'd play a brew, like probably wouldn't be very good, right? But I would play a brew. I was actually like not planning on streaming blue white, but since I started a bit late already, I wanted to have time to, get at least like a league in. And I think tonight actually I might. Liz is gone for a few days, so I'm gonna start streaming a bit earlier, maybe 9 instead of 10, and maybe try and build something new, or at least play something new. He's playing around Sensor. Yeah, playing around Sensor is pretty bad, I think. Playing around Sensor in general is pretty bad. Another Ronas. Alright, let's see. So I can Glimmer, untap, Fumigate, and he pretty much needs land plus Hydra. But I already have Elimination in my graveyard. I don't think I'm gonna risk it. I think I'm just gonna cast out the Ronos right away. Yeah, we were talking about Colossus yesterday. Maybe tune Colossus or play Colossus. Hey, Scooter. Alright, they usually don't have much, but he can have Sensor. He could have, who knows, a main deck Essence Scatter. You never know, so no reason to risk it. Just gonna main phase my Gear Hulk. So what's up, guys? What's up, Scooter? Tobias says he played Alien Transi's Bantram this weekend and he was crushing with it. Cool. I actually didn't see a deck list. He's attacking. Alright. Just trying to save energy? I don't get it. What's he gonna finish it off? Oh, cut ribbons. Alright. Probably not the best block I've ever made, but I'll keep one farmland. I just want to hit land drops. 2. I'm actually just gonna play the farmland. I have Cataract, I have a bunch of spells I want to play, I have another Glimmer. Yeah, if you want to link me, I don't mind taking a look at it. Alright. I guess he's done playing around Sensor. I actually saw Cut Ribbons pop up in that energy deck. Seems kind of decent. I guess in the games go long, you have 2 Ether hubs or a hub and a servant pretty often. Glory be. Alright, Glory be's fine. Not sure if I should use Meltdown or Alliance. I guess I'll just use Alliance. And I'll gain the 4 just because he has it's close. I mean, since he has Cut Ribbons in his graveyard, I'm definitely gonna gain the 4, but I could see a scenario where I just want to be a bit more efficient and just cycle. Cut is the best removal spell after Harness. Yeah, I've always thought Cut was kind of weakish, but I guess it might be, yeah. Don't have that many options. Definitely not going to use Essence Scatter when I have a couple Meltdowns in my hand. Not too scared of the Exert. And we have the mana for Cataract. So, pretty standard going through the motion zone at this point. I'm a bit flooded. So there's, I guess, a small chance. I mean, if I draw a bunch of lands in a row, seems unlikely. I guess I'll hold on to the Sensor. Never know. I guess he already has 6 mana. Not our Glory Be. Not our Meltdown, I guess. Wait, what? What? Is this guy tilty or is he stream sniping? Or my hand's not even that great. He literally just scooped in response to a Sensor cycling. I'm just so confused. I just don't know what's going on. Alright. I'm gonna bring in Fumigate. Fumigate's good. Sweepers are good against that deck. If you want the first Fumigate, I think Gideon's actually alright-ish. All my cards are kind of fine. I never know how to sideboard against that deck. Kind of want to bring in some Thieves on the draw. But are they much better than Blessed Alliance? It's unclear. Don't want to board out Essence Scatter or Disallow. Could board out Gideon. Feel like I don't give Gideon his fair shot though a lot of the time, but it's also not the greatest. Thief is usually better than Meltdown, except against exactly Glorybringer, I guess. So I'm kind of on defense. I'm gonna bring them in. I think I'm gonna end up cutting a thief of the side out of the sideboard at some point. He's like, I have a bit too much overlap. It's not great if I'm boarding out like Bless Alliance to bring in thief. I mean, seems like a bit wasted. Could bring in the second Descent too. Sweepers are good against that deck. But I don't want to die to early beatdowns. Let's see. Meltdown or Blessed Alliance? Cut one more. Negate's not the greatest against him. He only has Chandra and his own counter spells. I could board out a negate. Alt hand's really mediocre. Hmm. I'm gonna keep. Alright. I'll take a look at the band tech when I'm done with that game. I guess I can take a quick look now. Oh, it's just a cool Fog, Ramps, Olamogs. I don't know, looks like you have to kind of assemble a lot of pieces. You're playing 26 lands, fogs, you have some card advantage, some cyclers. Doesn't look very exciting to me. Or is that like the original, like the untuned version? Alright, that's, oh, Thing in the Ice, Captive. Yeah, we played against a Banta Ram deck actually not long ago. I wasn't very impressed. I think he played two Olamogs in game one and I still won. And then game three I was able to just kind of run him over. Hey Mike, long time no see. Yeah, I don't know if I guess you weren't on yesterday. I was on for the weekend. I left on Friday and came back on Sunday. I was gonna try and stream on let's see, how many lands is that? 5 plus potential. Do I wanna play a farmland again or not? I think I'll probably be fine on cards. Oh no, it's close. Could have gone either way. Yeah, I was gone. Friday I was gonna try and stream Friday afternoon, but then I had to I took a bit longer than expected as usual to finish my stuff for Channel Fireball. And then I was off to my friend's weekend, was lots of fun. Danced till 5 a.m. on Saturday. That was pretty cool. Been a while. Little Sunday brunch and then came back in the afternoon, evening. We ran the good old submarine tech yesterday. We timed out round 1. I was 2 seconds away from killing him. And then we just won a bunch after that. Alright, I'm not gonna use why is he bringing all those Manglehorns? I'm so confused. Am I missing something? Did I play artifacts in game 1? Oh, Gear Hulk, I guess. Yeah. I could see it, I guess. I want to fumigate for 2 Manglehorn. Probably right. I'm just gonna fumigate right now, and the reason is I don't know, I don't want to lose to like double negate or something, you know, like I don't want to fall behind on tempo. I'm just so far ahead right now. Honestly, the way he scooped game 1, he might just scoop on the spot. I don't know if he's stream sniping or what, but game one, he like cast a Glory Bringer, I cycled Sensei in response, and he just scooped. Like for all he knows, I had like nothing left, but I guess I'll keep one land because it's Cataract. I probably would have bought him if it was like a non-Cataract land. Oh, I love dancing. I'm a pretty good dancer actually. It's weird because I don't have very good rhythm. I like, for instance, I can barely like even clap in rhythm, but I have pretty decent dancer. All right, 7. Should I take one more hit? I'll see. Maybe I'll just cast it out, especially if he uses his energy. Maybe he heard me say that. I shouldn't tell my plan in advance anymore. Alright. I don't like letting resolve rogue refiners, but I'm gonna fumigate so he can have it. I guess I'll use disallow. Might be a bit greedy, but I think it's fine. Maybe I should have used Essence Scatter, but doesn't really matter. How many matches have you played with that banned Eldrazi deck? Really doesn't seem that exciting to me, but I'll just bottom both. Trying to find another Gear Hulk. He is heavy on the artifact hate though. He does not like dying to Gear Hulks. I need to be kind of careful, I guess. I only have, what, 2 Gear Hulks and a Descent upon the Sinful to win. Aronas. Let's see, 6. I guess I can scatter that. Appetite's pretty good against me though. It's good against Cast Out and Stasis there too. Let's see. I'm just gonna Stasis near his guy. I'm gonna be using my mana with Cataract and my counters fed, so Ken Dirk says these kind of spots is where you miss Elfenstein's champion. Not really. This game's pretty much over. Takes a little longer, I guess, but there's all the cycling cards and the drawing spells, like you basically never run out of gas. Apparently a bunch of my friends got sick at the wedding. I guess I dodged it. They must have ate something that was bad, but they were all like, a bunch of them were like feeling bad and vomiting, and so I'm not sure what happened, but My little kid luck. Liz dodged it too, I think, so weird. I almost want to cycle a cast out, but I'm not sure why I'd do that really. Fumigate, not a bad draw. I actually don't have answers to Hydro. I was gonna use cast out right away, I guess. Not take the 4. Did drink too much? The wedding was on Saturday. No, I mean, no one drank that much, and maybe my one friend drank a lot, but she's used to it. I don't know. So I'm really not sure what. I think it must have been like maybe some of the apps, like maybe the fish wasn't super fresh. It was like some kind of what are they called? Scallop little appetizer. Maybe that wasn't super fresh. Not really sure, honestly, because I ate some of those too, so maybe some were, some weren't. I really don't know what happened. Mm, don't really want to fight over that, but kind of want to play my fief, so I don't want to have to negate. I guess I'll just negate. Hmm. Land pocket. Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, Cataract always does work. Cataract's pretty great. And Fief kind of doing its job. The classic, like, it would have been good on turn 2 against the Cub, and it's still like a decently relevant card in the mid game, so I'm good. No, I was actually about to get sloppy here. You want a main phase against negates and dispel, etc. Alright, digging. Looks like my Gearhulks are hiding. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, nice. I'm actually gonna fight over that. Another one. Alright, good beats. Kind of entering the danger zone. Um, do I want Essence Scatter? Yeah, I'll keep it. Kind of want to cast Descent upon the Sinful first. I'm gonna do that. Just to get an Angel. And then, not gonna be needing that. Alright. Could have discarded Fumigate too, actually. And I'm gonna counter that, I think. I just don't want him to draw more cards. This game's actually somewhat close. Kind of uneasy. never ran out of win conditions before, but because there's a first for everything. That's the spot where I wish I could cast out my own permanent so I can like protect my Gearhulk with cast outs. Oh, sick. Nice. Might actually lose this game. Matindo says, I ran your blue-white list at GP Sydney side events and ended up winning a box. Thanks for the excellent list. Nice, man. Glad I could help. He has an essence scatter here. I just lose the game actually. Kind of crazy. That's why maybe I don't want to board out the negates too much. Not only is it good at fighting like his removal, but I mean it's good at fighting Chandra, which is one of the annoying cards, but it's also good at protecting my Gearhulk. Being on the draw is a bit tricky because you kind of want enough answers so that you don't die to a cub, but also that can happen, like you can almost run out of threats. So I don't know, it's kind of not the easiest to balance. Jose says, Nassif, any advice for my first PT? Not sure, man. Let's see. Trying to think about my first VT. You know, practice and I don't know. I guess it depends like what what you expect the PT to be. I know when I went to my first PT, I thought I would, you know, everyone would be really good and you know, I wouldn't do well and I wasn't going to be good enough and I was probably going to get, you know, trashed, but I don't know, either I was better than I thought or people were worse than I thought or not sure any advice. No, practice, you know, and even if you play against someone really good, they're still playing the same game as you can beat them. If your deck is good and you play good and you get a bit lucky. I'm not sure though. Not sure what else to say. Alright, let's see. What is this guy playing? I'm not going to cycle anything right now. I kind of have everything I need. See if he's playing a rug. Why is it everyone's just playing rug? I guess everyone already has the cards, or I'm not sure, but I'm playing versus Andrew Jessup, SCG Superstar. Alright, cool. I've heard the name before. I'm not sure I know what he looks like, but is he playing, looks like either blue-red or rug energy, I guess. You're horrible at limited, you're just good playing Storm. Is that how you qualified, playing Storm? Some Soul type brew, maybe? Well, draft a lot, practice limited, I guess. Sure, I'll counter a tower, why not? Yeah, you definitely don't want to be horrible at limit. Just practice, if you're decent at Magic, you know, if you draft a bunch, I'm sure you'll be alright. I'm not sure I want to trade that for Counterspell because he might discard next turn, but if he had a Sensor, he would probably cycle it, and it's not the end of the world. Counter spells are pretty precious in the control matchup, so it's not the end of the world either way. I'm actually going to cycle a land in the mirror match, which is pretty rare, but I do have a lot of lands in hand. Didn't want to tap out for elimination. I don't want to let him sneak in a Glimmer of Genius. Same thing, I usually don't want to fight over like the card drawing spells, but I mean, it's a Censor and his man is screwed, and it's Glimmer of Genius, so obviously I'm going to use a Censor on the Glimmer of Genius if I can. Ooh, Grixis. Grixis Tower. Cool. Little homebrew. Kind of brutal. Getting all their glimmers censored. Feels bad, man. Ooh, disallow. I even have the Essence Scatter for the Gearhulk. I'm actually not sure I want to counter that. I have like 4 cast outs that are kind of useless. I'm actually like not gonna counter that. I countered the first one because it was a Censor and it was like earlier in the game. But yeah, at least I'm gonna find a use for all those cast outs. I'm probably gonna start drawing soon. Tower is pretty mediocre Magic card. I was surprised when the Towers deck started doing so good. I guess it was like one of the only decks that was playable against the Saheeli Guardian strategy. Kalidas. Yeah, that's fine. Just use a Fumigate. And this... Oh... Oops. That's kind of awkward. Just not glimmering there. It is kind of nice that he's playing a control deck, and usually in the control mirrors you have some dead cards, but it's actually going pretty well because he has exactly like a few targets for my cast outs, a few targets for my removal. That's like definitely not where you want to be if you're playing a control on control mirror. Just, you know, everything's lining up perfectly. I mean, obviously he was mana screwed, that didn't help, but... Alright, I guess I'll play my farmland. Verus then says opponent's deck looks to be pre-boarded against Mardu vehicles. Yes, Tobias. Are you new, Tobias? You can find my deck list. It's actually not posted anywhere, I guess, technically, but you can use the deck list command. I have actually no idea if I want to counter that or not. It is really good in his deck. I might fight over it. His negates are going to be good either way, and if he fights over it, I can Glimmer and probably draw into Gearhulk. Looks like he's out though. I'm guessing if he had negates he would have fought over it. Do I even want to keep that cast out? Alright. He is done. Yeah, maybe he just had a bunch of magma sprays and harness lightning in hand and was like, this is awful. Alright, sideboard's probably gonna get tricky. He probably has a shit ton of sideboard cards. Since his deck is probably pre-boarded against creature decks. And I need a larger Yoku spot. For Roostren, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. I never expect it. It's like little bonfire music. No, it's meant to be pretty loud and you know, for sure. All right. Bring in all the creatures. Let's see what is bad against him. Ether Meltdown is bad. Counter spells are probably good. Stasis Snare and Gideon are probably fine. I want to keep in some sweepers. He might be bringing Thing in the Ice. He might be bringing a copy or two of the 7 mana Sphinx. Spellqueller actually seems not very good against the tower deck. None of this card. I'm going to bring in Avacyn because it's instant. Like yesterday, we played against Blue-Red. We won game 1. Game 2, I brought in the Spellquellers and boarded out all my sweepers and lost to his guys. And then game 3, I brought back the sweepers in, and I was pretty happy to have them in the deck. You might have some Planeswalkers too. I think I'm just going to do that. I mean, Thoughtless Lancer is kind of a tiny bit of value, so maybe I should bring in Lancer. It's 4 tough. Maybe I'll bring in the 1 Lancer. Should I just bring in more guys? It really depends how many guys he has in his deck. Blessed Line's actually kind of bad. He doesn't have manlands. I think sweepers are better than Blessed Alliance. I guess he might have Thing in the Eyes, but yeah, I really don't know. Maybe I'll have Descent over. I'm gonna do that. Hopefully he still has some mediocre cards after sideboard and it's not like all like Transgress the Minds, etc. Lay bare the heart. We shall see. Double hub draw. Kind of sucks. I have to cycle Mind Sensor. I have to cycle Sensors. Look like he might be a bit mana screwed too. Alright, big draw step. Big draw step. Endless Worm, welcome to the stream, man. Bringing me the luck. Untapped Plains, very nice. Oh, sick. Kustang says, last week I beat some guy and I was playing that Rounders clip because, I don't know, something ridiculous happened, I guess. I was playing the clip where Teddy KGB says, like, anyways, I'm not gonna spoil it, but, so, Kustang gave it a shot and he liked it. Yeah, no, Rounders is a great movie, even if you're not really into poker or don't know much about it. Actually, when I was in Prague, we went on a tour, and then I, started, talking with one of the guys who was on the tour, and we just were chatting. And when I told him I played poker for him, he was like, "Oh yeah, have you seen Rounders? I love that movie." And he didn't even he doesn't even, he's not really into poker or anything, but that's really good movie. Alright, lots of talking. I kind of want to play Glimmer, but then I'm probably going to have to discard, but I can discard Descent. I just need to hit land drops. And if he counters it, at least I won't have to discard, which is nice, so yeah. Which game do I believe relies more on skilled poker or MTG? Mm, I mean, I guess MTG, because if you go to a PT or if you go to a GP and you're, let's say, bottom 20% of the field skill wise, you're probably drawing dead to win the GP, right? Whereas if you go to a poker tournament and you're bottom 20% of the field, you can actually still win. And I don't think like anyone's, I don't know, it's tough. I don't think anyone who was ever like bottom like even like you could be like poker could be like literally the worst player in the field and maybe not the worst because maybe if some dude just doesn't even know the rules, I mean, but so maybe MTG, but it's kind of a tough question. Let's see, do I want to cycle right away? I think I'd rather keep all my mana up in case I need to play a stupid amount of counter spells in a row. Dispel or negate? Given that I have 7 cards in hand, I'm gonna fight over that. It'd be dumb to let it resolve and then end up discarding. If he has Gearhulk plus Dispel, this is gonna suck. I actually thought about that and I was like, what are the odds? Alright, nice. And I get to play my own Gearhulk. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. It's like in the long run, there's. I don't know. I used to think poker was a tougher game, but I think that's just because I'm better at Magic relative to the field than I am at poker relative to the field. So I feel that way. But I know other Magic player when we used to have that discussion thought Magic was more skill intensive. Um, I don't know, it's kind of a tough question. There's more variance in poker, but that's not the same thing as like, there being less skill in poker, so I guess I'll get aggressive. Just use my stasis snare. Should have double counter spell backup. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to bounce stasis snare and then he just gets back a Gearhulk. How about some poker story? Let's see if I have a good poker story. I'm sure I do. Yeah, poker hands are not very interesting, but can have some good poker stories. Unlicensed D. Let's see, let's try and glimmer in response. Wait, what? Oh, I thought I'd have more mana up. Oops. Top and Should I keep cast out for now? Yeah, I can just cycle it. I'm gonna keep it for now. Little insurance. Alright, so we're in pretty good shape. He has 2 cards, we have 5. Poker stories, poker stories. If I cycle that, I'll just say go. Actually, I'm gonna cycle it. I'm just gonna say go. So, one of my first EPTs was EPT San Remo in like, God knows, 15 years ago, something, a really long time ago. And first night, we just, let's see, I want to tap out. Yeah, he doesn't have any good targets for Gearhulk, so I guess I just cycled that. So, night or two before the tournament, there was an open bar, like Stars actually had like a party, and there was an open bar, and me and a bunch of people got trashed, obviously. I got trashed. I made friends with like some French Canadian guys. I met like a guy or two that I knew from online, American, and then in the group there was Jason Mercier, and that's like before he was famous because EPT San Remo was like it was his first EPT and he won it, and that's how it all started for him. So we're just basically just hanging out, just get super super drunk, and just end up like we want to go to a club, but it's San Remo. San Remo is not a very big city. It's like borderline. It's not a village, but it's also like it's between a city and a village. So there's no. I think it's also like Wednesday or Thursday night. It's not a weekend, so there's no clubs, no nothing. So we just end up at the strip club because not that we especially were wanting to but anyway, that was the only really place that was open where we could keep drinking, I guess, and just hang out a bunch. And then I just, all right, I don't want to fight over that. I'll throw out a counter spell. I have a lot of cards in hand. At some point, I end up going to the bathroom, and then I guess I just fall asleep. And then I wake up and I'm like, whoa, I fall asleep in the bathroom. And then I push the door, and then the club is empty. And I'm like, look at what time it is, and like 6 or 7 a.m. And there was no one in the strip club. And I just like kind of pushed the front door and walked out and went back to my hotel room. It was like kind of crazy, kind of funny. So, and yeah, I got to like as became friends with Jason just before he was famous. Then he made that big call at the final table. It was like bottom pair or fourth pair, and rest is history for him. Yeah, I actually got lucky too, because like I had like my kind of the little like man purse, I guess, and I had a lot of money in it. I had like all my money. I probably had like thousands of euros, like maybe 5,000 euros, 10,000 euros, and I don't think strippers are renowned for their ethics and their honesty. So I'm kind of glad the door was locked, because I'm sure if they just found me there sleeping with like my man purse, they probably would have just like, I don't know, maybe not, but probably taken all my money. So that was kind of a crazy night. No, nobody, I guess nobody checked the bathroom, or they didn't care. I'm not sure what happened, but I was like, all right, I just walked out. No big deal. That was kind of funny. Alright, looks like we got far ahead. Looks like he kind of just tilted that game, or maybe he felt a bit desperate and started like. I do that sometimes in control mirrors where I feel like my deck's a bit worse than the mirror match, and I just like kind of give up and start kind of playing my spells without really thinking about it. But yeah. Dr. Fordanov asked if I enjoy Cube 2 or only competitive constructed. I used to love the Cube. That's all we did was my friends, we'd play at the store during the day, just play, whatever standard, like tournaments and stuff. Just grind. And then we'd go home on the weekends or on the holidays and just cube all night. We actually had a kind of a weird cube, or not weird, but I guess different cube, where it was just a huge cube, just a ton of cards, and we drafted all the cards. We drafted, it's called a Solomon draft. So basically how it works is, that hand's kind of bad. I don't mulligan very often, but was that deck, but ugh. I mean, I'm gonna keep there's lands and spells, kind of, but so usually it'd be like four of us, sometimes six, but usually four, and it'd be like two versus two. But the draft, we'd like basically we each had two huge piles of cards face down, and then you flip over the top card of your pile. So like there's always if you have four players, there's always eight piles. Let's see, do I want to cycle that? Probably not quite yet. And then, first guy to draft, there's like eight one card piles, so he just takes, whatever the best card is. And then you do that over and over, so, some piles get really big because there's all the craft cards, and, some piles, you know, you flip over Black Lotus or Mox, so someone snatches it up, and um, so we used to draft it this way, and then we played it two versus two. Um, like 30 life starting total, I think, and then you can only block for yourself. You can't block with your buddy. It's not like the same rules as like Emperors or anything, but it was pretty cool. So I used to play that a lot. I don't really ever play the cube on Magic Online because I don't know. I don't like the games. Drafting is always fun. Like pretty much no matter what format you're playing, drafting is always even like Fall Empires or probably Homelands or it's almost always going to be fun, but not sure if I should cycle sensor. So, and I enjoyed cubing was my friends, but I don't cube as often anymore. I'll hold on to it, I guess. Not sure it's right. You want to try deck list. Deck, I think, is probably my blue-white modern deck, I think, still saved under deck. Tracker was a man up. That's no good. This cycle cast out in response, maybe I'd draw some scatter. Meltdown. Alright, not that bad. Oh, I should have played it in response. Now he potentially has negate mana up. Alright. Hopefully he's just saving the servant for to sack his clue, not because he actually has negate. He's not using his energy? That's kind of sketch. Is he stream sniping? Feels so. Why would you not use your energy there? That's so sketchy. Like, it's not like Rug Energy really uses his energy that well, anyways. Oh, and whatever. Alright, definitely gonna be casting out his tracker here. It's a lot of damage and I can't afford to let him draw more cards. Pretty bad spot here. He was on the play, he had a decent curve. I didn't have Essence Scatter for tracker. He's ahead on cards and ahead on board, so definitely in a tough spot. Someone's asking, or I'm gonna try and say your name. Jez Denham says, I've been playing Blue-White Control in Standard. It's been hit or miss recently. What are your thoughts on Gearhulk with Glimmer versus Planeswalkers and Pull from Tomorrow as win cons? I think I like, obviously I'm playing the Gearhulks and the draw two spells, so kind of think that's a better way of building the deck. Just think Gearhulk's too good, and Hieroglyphic Elimination and Glimmer makes your Gearhulks better. So yeah, that's why I'm playing Gearhulks, I guess. Let's see. How do I maximize my odds? I pretty much need to draw a Fumigate here, so... I think I'm just gonna do that and say go, just in case I'm desperate and need to cast out a permanent. Yeah, I just Pull from Tomorrow is a really strong card in the late game, but the reason why I've been doing so well, I think, is that I have all those cycling cards and makes your draws really like just smooths out your draws, and you always have like a playable hand, whereas the old blue white decks was cards like Planeswalkers and cards like Pull from Tomorrow, just makes the deck feel really clunky. And I haven't really missed not having Pull from Tomorrow in the mid game, because usually when you get to the mid game and you're drawing a bunch of cards, it just starts chaining. And right now, there's no deck in the format that can really compete with... None of the good decks in the format really have that much card advantage in the mid game. Alright. I haven't tried, I'm not even sure I've tried Pull from Tomorrow. I'm just not a huge fan of the card. I think it's pretty good, but I'd rather have my Glimmer. I think is much better, just period. No, not always, obviously, but and then I think Elimination, the cycling's too important. Make sure you hit your land drops. Make sure you have enough ways to interact with your opponent. It's also better on turn 4, which is like the spot where you usually want to fire off your card drawing spells. So actually, I kind of wanted to try playing a Jace again. Let's see, I'm actually gonna cycle Censor first, just in case I draw Glimmer of Genius. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, we need a Fumigate in our top 3 cards. Or maybe Descent plus land. Alright, nice. Hopefully he doesn't have Negate. He might have Censor though. I guess I'll play my island just in case. They usually don't play Negate main deck, but I've definitely had people play Negate main deck against me before. Not many though, like I think I've played against Rug like 13, 14, 15 times now. I think I can only remember of one match where the guy had Negate main deck. Alright, not out of the woods yet. Yeah, I think it's actually like he didn't remember when I told him that the other day, but I feel like it's actually Andrew Cunha who told me, like, not in this format, but in the previous format, that negates weren't very good for him. Alright, I would usually play the land here, but oh, this is tough. 6. I'm not gonna have time to sack Blighted Cataract. My hand's kind of awkward. I guess I just cycle that right now. Yeah. I think Paul's not good enough right now. Skyship Sovereign. Sure. Alright, so he has a 5, 4, and 6 energy. I think I'm just dead. Pretty much need to draw Blessed. Yeah, I need to draw like either Gearhulk or Blessed Alliance. Play the land, right? Yeah. Alright, this is it, boys. Yeah, we're dead. Gonna bring in Fumigate. Gonna board out Gideon, especially if he's playing like Sky Sovereign. It's also not very exciting against like Hydra. Let's see. Bring in the Thieves for the meltdowns. On the play, you don't need as many 2-drops. Could bring in Descent. I might actually. Just have another win con, and Sweepers are really good against the deck, so I need to board out one more card. Stasis Snare is kind of whatever. It's good against Tracker. That's about it. Maybe I'll board that Quarantine Field. It's a bit clunkier than the rest of the spells. Ranji asks, slightly off topic, but do you think Cunha is underrated? Guy seems like a boss. I don't know, man. Probably. I mean, I don't underrate him because I know how good he is, but obviously he's not as famous as, other people on the Pantheon, for example. So I don't know. I'm not sure how other people rate Andrew, but it is possible he is underrated. I'd say there's a better chance he's underrated than the other way around. Mike says pull should give you X life in addition to cards. Oh yeah, that'd be reasonable. Nothing wrong there. Jez Denham says maybe 4 Fumigate main in current meta is necessary. No, I don't think so. It's actually not even that as good as you think it is to have even if against the decks where you want Fumigate, just, there's like curve issues where you just don't really want to have like that many fives. I don't think it'd be terrible to have 4 Fumigates, but I think I don't think you should play 4 Fumigate before you play a Descent at least. If you're gonna play 4 Fumigate, you're probably much better off playing 3 Fumigates, 1 Descent, or even 2 and 2. Alright. Doing okay so far, but kind of lacking in a card advantage department. Alright, he's stumbling, so that's good for me. I'm actually gonna cycle cast out. Tobias says, I have high hopes on Hour of Revelation, the new planar cleansing. What do you think about it? By the way, I dislike Pull as well. Many bad experiences with that card in control decks. Alright, it's good to know because I actually haven't really tried it, so I've felt like kind of a slacker, but also have tried it before and have thought about it and the way the games plays out, etc. So I was pretty sure about my card choice, but good to hear multiple people say that they don't like Pull either. I have high hopes for Hour of Revelation New Planar Cleansing. I don't know, man. I thought it might be good, but it's kind of close. I'd have Blessed Alliance for his guy. Kind of don't want to waste Disallow. Rather save Disallow for like a tracker, I think. I'm actually gonna let him have his Hydra, I guess. Hopefully I don't regret it. See, that's why it's kind of always tricky to not counter stuff right away, because whenever you draw like a card drawing spells, you're like, wish I'd use your mana more efficiently. But I think I'm in a decent spot. There's not much that the Rug deck can do that's really scary. I haven't had people cast too many Gearhulks against me, for instance. I guess Gearhulk's not very good in their deck without Glimmer. I don't know, I was kind of excited about Planar Cleansings because Planeswalkers have been a big problem for blue-white, but the more I play with that deck, the less I feel like the new Planar Cleansing is going to be playable, because I feel like the reason why I'm doing so well is because the deck's just a third of cycling spells, and if you play Planar Cleansing, it means you can't play Cast Out anymore. If you don't play Cast Out, you're basically going to be replacing like 4 mana instant removal spell that cycles for 1 mana and start playing 6 mana sorcery spells that are like, I mean, it's not cheap, so I'm actually not super sure about thought it was going to be really good, but I'm less and less sure, I guess. Oh, kind of want to. Nice. Thanks for the sub, Runji. Thanks, man. Alright. Oh, this is tough. I think I just have to counter it. It's gonna be like, I don't want to play from behind. So yeah, I feel like let's say there's the cast out version and the Hour of Revelation version. I feel like maybe the cast out version is just going to be better anyways, so we'll see, I guess. You're going to have to build your deck differently, I guess, if you want to play Hour of Revelation, so it's going to be interesting. Are you still going to play Gearhulks? Like, what are you going to kill them with? I'm not sure. Hopefully he doesn't have double counter spell. Okay, he doesn't even have one counter spell. Nice. What does he have? This is kind of weird. Hobo was Hotgun says Planner Cleansing was always French. Yeah, it was. I don't think it was ever played in a tier 1 deck. Maybe as a one-up or maybe a one-up sideboard card, but yeah. I'm just gonna negate that. So it is better now that, like Gideon, like there's a bunch of really good planeswalkers, but yeah. I feel like people are maybe getting a bit too excited about Hour of Revelation. Any thoughts on Dusk Dawn? Um, Not especially. I think it's a fine card. Not sure what kind of, in which deck. Seems good. Seems like a decent card in that white white monument deck, but even then, I don't know. It's like French. Maybe you play one main in some deck, maybe decent sideboard card. Yeah, nothing special, I guess. Alright, getting a tiny bit of value out of those fumigates. Always nice. AM Pramsey says, I really like pull. It's really overperformed for me. If I were to play this deck, I'd replace one emanation with one pull. Yeah, a lot of people have suggested that. Maybe I should give it a try. Oh, I do have 4 card types now with that Cataract. Ooh, even better. I don't think I can play Descent just for an Angel. I just have to take a few hits and hope I top deck. Magic Loot. Sounds like a Frenchie. Bienvenue. Welcome. Any tips on beating New Perspective with your control list? Not really. I've only played against the deck once. It was funny. It was Cuneo that challenged me. He was really close match. He beat me 2-1. Seemed like a somewhat rough matchup. So no tips. I haven't played against the deck much, so it's probably, I don't know, kind of straightforward, right? I'm guessing especially with my version right now, I'm probably an underdog to I wouldn't be surprised anyways if I was an underdog to New Perspective. I don't know how good the deck actually is. I've seen some people 5-0 was it, but I think maybe even Andrew might have 5-0 was it, but yeah. Oh, nice. I still wonder what he has in hand. Should I even keep that thief? Probably worth it, right? I'll keep. Get Smart says keeping the sub-alert music has cost you $5, I swear. Told you, man. Just let me know and I'll get rid of it. Alright, he's stealing my Gear Hulk. That is fine. Can I do anything cool? Can I like stasis snare it, then get rid of my own stasis snare? I don't think so, right? Alright, should I use Descend? Should probably just use Descend. Let's start by cycling Sensor. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Descend. It's where you miss a good old cryptic command. Ranji says you might ever consider too. No love for the bonfire music? I might change it at some point though, mix it up. Kustang says you might be able to replace Cassad with Supreme Will and Fumigates with Hour of Rev. Yeah, for sure. I think Supreme Will is actually a pretty exciting card, so definitely gonna be trying it out. Alright. Definitely wanna use Fumigate over Disallow. Because we're at a point in the game where I'm not gonna really ever get a 2-for-1 with Fumigate anyway, and counter spells are more precious. Disallow is really precious right now. Stampede asks, are we on the Kefnet approach? Or are we on Kefnet or approach? Oh, neither actually. Alright, that doesn't do much for him, right? I guess I could Gear Halt negate, but I mean, if he makes guys, I just take 6 and kill it on the swing back. I actually have Thief too. I don't know. Chandra is really good for me. He doesn't even have red mana up, so can't even threaten the removal spell, which is nice. Maybe I should leave Sensor up just in case, just because what could go wrong if I have Sensor up, but I'm gonna go for the greedy play. Yeah, a lot of people have suggested approach of the second sun, and I just can't see it be good, but it is kind of nice with people are like, yeah, it is. Someone said it's kind of nice with Glimmer, but in which world are you losing a game with blue-white control where you cast 7 mana spells and then a Glimmer of Genius? You know, I don't think I'm losing a lot of those games anyways, so I don't really see the point. Like, why not play Gear Halt number 4 before you play the Approach? Do you really think you're going to lose the game if you're playing a Gear Halt and then a Glimmer? Um, 2 cards left. I'd fight over it, I guess. I guess that's what he had in hand when he had 5 cards and wasn't playing spells, wasn't playing lands. Tobias says Planner Cleansing 1 the PT was... Yeah, I thought the Ivan Flock had some in his deck, but... What did he have, like one main deck or one sideboard? Can't remember. Might counter Servant if I draw a second Essence Scatter. Alright, fine. Does Chandra do anything? Not really. I guess I can't even counter it. I guess I could Gear Halt counter it, but... Looks like he's just dead on board. It's pretty desperate. Oh yeah, it's true, does the... Yeah, I don't know. Planner Cleansing over Detention Sphere. Probably actually played that deck. And I probably should have countered that. Oh well. Probably can find a cast out and just end the game. We only have 8 minutes left somehow. And let's get the thief in there. He likes to attack for the win. He like chills and then he's like, yeah, I'm here guys. I'm getting in there. Alright, so on the draw, do I want more meltdowns? I really don't want to die to Cubby Cub. Let's see, I have 1 Blessed Alliance, 2 Thieves. What could I cut for a meltdown? He brought in all those confiscation coups. How does that affect my play? I don't think coup is very good against me because it's sorcery. It's not really a lot of card advantage because I really already drew a bunch of cards from the Gearhulks. So hopefully I think I'm hoping he keeps those in actually. I could see myself boarding out a negate for a meltdown, but he didn't bring in like Chandra's, and even though Chandra's was garbage this game, I could see it being decent in some spots. So I could board out a descent for a meltdown. I'm gonna do that. Keeping only 4-win condition. 4-1 conditions is like kind of sketch because he has coups, he brought in appetite. Almost want. Maybe I should punish him with Gideon. But Gideon's kind of weak against a lot of the stuff he plays. This is tough. Maybe you can bring in Dispel. Counters appetite. He probably has some Harness Lightnings left in his deck. Maybe not. Maybe 2 Fumigates, 2 Descents. Maybe I'll try that. Oops, that's not a very good hand. Ugh. Oh no, that's not too bad, I guess. Alright. Yeah. Not sure about that new perspective matchup. Is the deck actually good? Okay. Give me a second, get smart. I'll switch up the notification. Also, I guess I'll cycle this one. Give me a second. I want to finish that match. I don't have that much time left. When she says, I'll sub if you ship me that Sekuno perspective list, I think it was super standard. Seems like, yeah, it just seemed super standard when we played, nothing special about it. Alright, if we don't draw land, we're gonna lose, most likely. It would be my first loss in a while against that deck. I've only lost once to that deck, and it was when I played bad. Oh well. That sucks. It's gonna happen once in a while, I guess. Ivan Fluck at Free Planar Cleansing's main deck, alright. Should I discard and play it on his turn? Or just main phase it? I think I'm gonna play it on his turn. Helps me play around Glorybringer too. Question is, what do I discard? Definitely don't want to discard Cast Out. Probably don't want to discard Negate. This is tough. But I think I can't play it on... I think there's too much value on playing it on his turn. What should I discard? So I'm gonna play Thief. Then turn after that, hopefully I draw land. Can... Probably gonna have to just cycle like crazy. Curve into Fumigate. Maybe just discard Glimmer? I'm gonna have... Yeah... Probably have... Maybe discard Negate or Stasis Snare is gonna be too slow. This is tough. Maybe I'll just discard Stasis Snare. I think it's Stasis Snare or Gearhulk. Can I ever discard Gearhulk there? I need the Stasis Snare just to live. I'm just gonna discard Gearhulk. Alright, I need his end to be really, really bad. Not sure even what he has to have, but even Confiscation Coup on my Thief would be pretty good right now. Chandra would be really good. Hydra would be really good. Coup, what a jerk. Ugh. Oh well. Scry land to the top. Drew how many cards? Like 6 cards, no land. Wow. Alright, this is game. GG's. Thief was pretty OP this game. Huh. Now I can't even say anymore that the only match I've lost to Rug Energy is because I misplayed. I think before that match I was actually like 12-1 or 13-1 against Rug Energy. The 90% win rate is dead. 90% win rate dream is dead. Alright, so look, stream. I'm not tricking you, get smart. Streamlabs. Log in, connect with Twitch. Hopefully I don't show anything embarrassing. You guys get to see a little inside, behind the scenes alert box. Subs disabled. Save settings. Wait, was that the subs or the... yeah. Pygmalion Jones is sad. Polar bears are sad. Everyone's sad. You're making so many people sad. Get smart right now. Should have told me. I should have prepared like an alternative sub alert with some like Mozart or some classical music. Cause Get Smart's so sensitive. I thought you guys were all tough, like down under, Australia, everything. No? Alright, this guy just Just chilling, I guess? Oh no. Alright, there we go. He was in the tank. It wasn't bad, just needs to turn the sound. Yeah, maybe that is true. Maybe I should. It is pretty loud. But that's kind of what's fun about it. Sound volume's only on 30%, but alright, that's not bad actually. Actually the same for the nation. I should do a different one for the nation. Bro Asosaurus Rex. Welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for the follow. Need more Bangarang? What's Bangarang? Is that the name of the artist, the song? Oh. Alright, let's see. Manglehorn? Oh, this deck. 4 renewals? This deck. Honestly, I love Ali, and you know he's built good decks, but I think even when he does good half the time, I feel like his decks are garbage. But maybe I'm wrong, or maybe he's just a true magician, just makes it work no matter what. Wait, how old is that article? Those dudes are just talking about Marvel. Yeah, they seem slightly outdated. Is this guy back yet, by the way? I think he's just... Any good articles today? A guide to Temur energy for the new standard. Let's see if he has anything interesting. Why does it start with a list of black-white control? It's not what you expect when you open the guide to Temur energy for new standard. Just black-white control. Just talking about his brews. I like it. I always like wonder if I should do that, just writing an article about something and I was like, oh, by the way, here are those brews I'm trying. Actually, it's kind of the 10% difference made a difference. 10% lower sound. It's still like it's not as obnoxious, I feel. Yeah, that's a decent volume. Thanks, man. Thanks, Runji. Thanks for the donation. I think it's my first donation. Maybe second, but I really appreciate it. So should I turn it down another 5% or 20% good? 20% verified D's. Yeah, except you misspelled D's, but it's fine. Forgive you this one time. Turn it up to 40%. Oh no. I kind of like my viewers. I wouldn't mind if a few of them stuck around. Alright, more Rug Energy. Why is Rug Energy like that good? Are we just gonna lose to Rug Energy again? Keep adjusting so people will donate to check it. Yeah. Alright. Definitely want to counter that. No matter how bad I want to cycle that sensor. No, I know Rug Energy is very popular, but That's like, that's actually kind of close. I think I do have to cycle aggressively to hit land drops though. Or cycle aggressively to hit more spells. Those Rug Energy players, they're really skilled. Hey, not good, guys. Not desperate yet, but definitely start drawing lands real fast. You can actually come back from like Tireless Tracker giving them a couple cards because you have so much card advantage. And you know, as long as I don't have a negate for Fumigate, but yeah, this is I think I'm past that point. He's gonna kill me. I have like two. Yeah, alright. Oh, I forgot I had all those eliminations in hand so I could cycle. I just. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna keep playing just for the memes, just see how long I can go without drawing a land. Happy neighbors and guy before him. Thanks for the follows, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope I start doing some winning again. I enjoyed beating that rug deck. It's not as fun when you don't play lands. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I said earlier, that maybe people already had all the cards from the Marvel deck and just turned their Marvel deck into a Teamer deck. I mean, it is also really fun to play. I did play the deck in the mocks though when I went 7-1 and qualified for, you know, the main mocks or whatever it's called, and I had so much fun. All right, this is GG. Is a GG. In Descend and Fumigate. Gonna board out Gideon. And I'm board out Quarantine Field, I guess. New spoiler? Spoiler alert, Champion of Wits. Thanks, Man Matter. So, blue and 2, 2-1. When Champion of Wits enter the battlefield, you may draw cards equal to its power. If you do, discard 2 cards. 2-1 for 2, draw 2, discard 2. And it has Eternalize, so when he comes back you draw 4 cards and discard 2. 2-1 for 3 mana and you get to cycle 2 of your cards. Seems alright. Seems like you need to use the... You might need to get a bit of value from the cards you discard to make it good. I mean, it's just another card that's probably going to feel underpowered at first, but, you know, in a year or two, might be really good. Alright, that's a bit better. Land spells. Oh, what? Do I not have his end step? I definitely want to cycle that cast out. Oh well, no big. Let's see. Which land do I want to play? That kind of sucked. Could potentially like time walk me or something. I should still be fine this game just because he's not doing much, but so Thief not doing much, but I think I still rather probably have Thief than Meltdown in that spot. Another spoiler. White 6 enchant player creatures enchanted player controls, so it's a humility just for them, and can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or low. So you can still activate planeswalkers. I don't get it. Seems pretty bad, right? 8 mana? 8 mana is a lot of mana. And they still have 1/1s to kill you with. I could have also cast out his Hydra with the trigger on the stack, but you know, I just want to draw into eliminations, Gearhulks, etc. Did I misread it? Wait, enchanted player cannot activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. So he can still activate planeswalkers, right? Or can I not read? Alright, let's see. I only have 2 card types. Do I want to disallow that? I think I'm just gonna disallow that. Plus he gets energy. Kind of valuable right now since he's somewhat mana screwed. Not anymore, I guess. Not sure I should main phase that, but have I tested confirmed suspicions? No, I have not. Thought it'd be really good though. Oh. I guess I'll main phase cast out. I need to be somewhat careful. Not get blown out by Appetite. Glory be. Another one. Okay. This is kind of scary. Kind of have to play Descend. I just can't afford to just take hit for 8. Hopefully he has... I'm not even sure what I want him to have in hand. Alright, that's acceptable. Alright, nice. Confirmed suspicion is bonkers. I could see one being okay, but I don't know about bonkers. Alright. I just have to Gearhulk, right? This game's pretty tense. gonna be a lot of damage. Just gonna put all the counters on his Thopter. Or is he gonna hedge a bit? Maybe 2 on his Gearhulk, 2 on his Copter. Yeah. I'm still okay. Blessed Alliance is a good one too. Is it though? I guess it's not even that good. So let's see how much I'm going to take. I'm going to take 4, potentially 10. I have time to cycle. 5 mana, 8. I think I'm going to bottom both. Okay. Alright, hopefully he doesn't have anything too good right now. Wow. Brutal. This is not good. So I'm at 6. So I can say go. Blessed Alliance, he's gonna sag Virtuoso. I gain 4, I go to 10. I can play Thief, block, go down to 1. Get a draw. Get a bunch of draws. I think I have to do that, because if I Glimmer, I pretty much need to hit land Fumigate. Let's see, yes, 2 energy left, no cards in hand. Attacks was everything. I Bless Alliance and gain 4. I go to 10, he loses a Virtuoso. I play my blocker, I block another Virtuoso, I go down to 1. And then I get to cycle. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I could have cycled Sensor, but I'd rather take this line and have Negate up, I think. I can cycle Sensor now. Alright. Pretty easy. Pretty easy game. Like Negate saves me from Appetite too, I guess, if you had Appetite for Cast Out. I'm not sure. What do I think about the new cycling dude that stifles, etc.? I think it's kind of bad. I don't think it's good enough for modern, and it's probably not going to be good enough for standard, not right away anyways. I think 3-1 Flyer Flash for 3 mana is pretty weak for constructed, and I think the cycling effect is, I mean, you're not gonna like hold on to it, you know? You're gonna cycle it right away, so it depends how it lines up with the rest of the format, but not. I mean, all those cards are pretty weak. I think they're just taking down the power level. You know, they're taking the power level down a notch. I'm actually gonna play Farmland because I have Glimmer, I have Cataract, etc. Man Matter says Glimmer would have gotten there. Yeah, it's true. Prairie Stream and Fumigate were my two top cards. But I think my play was so much, like, so much better. I see one card from the Thief, a draw step, a cycle of yeah, I think my line was like so much better. This one's kind of close actually. I'm actually not gonna cycle this time. Trying Fumigate like a pro. I think I'm entitled to that Fumigate top deck with all the cycling cards and the scrying, etc. Mark says taking power level down a notch kind of sucks when the set rotates at the same time as Ether, Revolt, and Kaladesh though. If they want to reuse, better do it in the next block. Yeah, I don't know how the rotation works. I never keep track of that stuff. Is the set actually rotating exactly at the same time? They're all rotating together? I don't know how that stuff functions really. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, you're probably right. Probably doesn't make much sense if they're like all those cards are never going to see play in standard. But they also had like to change that midway, right? They were planning on rotating cards out faster, and then people got upset, so they changed it, so all their plans got messed up. I'm not sure. Yeah, Supreme Will I'm actually excited about. I think it's going to be better than Disallow. It's going to make that kind of deck even more flexible. Even though I don't know, like, yeah. I could see spots going, like, for instance, if I had Supreme Will in that deck over Disallow, I could see myself getting in spots where I just couldn't kill them because I don't have hard counters to protect my Gearhulks in the late game. So definitely you could be worried about that kind of stuff. But yeah, Supreme Will does seem good enough to me. The control deck. I did used to be a pro, yeah. Just washed up. Washed up pros. So I didn't even realize that. I thought like hours of the cards from the next set will at least be in standard for a little while. Should I tap out here? Not sure there's too much I should be worried about, but alright, let's see. I have one descent left and I'm at 6. He's playing that stupid dude. That's fine. I was a pro, and then I wasn't really a Magic pro anymore, and now I guess I'm back to being a Magic professional player. Or a Magic entertainer, maybe, is more correct right now. Should I just use a cast out on that guy? Or Fumigate? Probably cast out. Maybe say Fumigate for Virtuoso. I haven't seen that many people play Virtuoso against me anymore. I feel like maybe a bunch of version have cut them from their deck. Content creator. Is that what it's called, Darkest Mage? An innovator. $15 cards left in my deck. Nothing to worry about. My Gearhulks are being all shy. Hmm, tempting. Tempting. I'll just essence scatter that. How many pro poems I have this season? I don't know. Um, I think I would need a really good finish in Kyoto to get gold status. Because being a Hall of Famer, I basically have like silver status, I think, more or less. Or maybe it's exactly the same benefits as silver status, but alright, I'm gonna wait a turn or two. See if I can get some value of descent. I'm not sure honestly. Maybe I need like top 16, top 25 finish to be gold. I'm not sure at all. I should probably find out. Gabe, did I try Jace? I have. I started with 2 Jace and wasn't a big fan. I'm actually just gonna use cast out. How many cast outs do I have left? 0. Negate's kind of nice against removal. I'm just gonna use cast out, but then he might play a guy and draw a card right away. I'm still gonna use cast out. Yeah, I actually maybe wanted to give Jace another try. I started with 2, then I went down to 1, then I went down to 0, and there's probably no reason for me to change the deck too much because I've been doing really well, but I could see trying a Jace. Need Ulamog. How do I kill my Oppo? I don't know, they usually just scoop. This sucks. I actually have to do the work. Let's play a random dude so I can play my Descend. I should probably just play Descend anyways. What's your advice for PPTQ grinder to get on the PT? Just play, practice, find people that are as good or better than you, play against them, you know. Hopefully you're lucky enough to have a local scene where there's like good players or not. If not, just I don't know, it's just you know obsessed with Magic, and that's all I did. That's how I got good. There's really no secret. I'm not sure, play a good deck. Alright, this is getting dumb. Um, he's at. I'd give it one more turn. Just play a fucking guy. How about a single Kefnet? I've tried a one Kefnet main and I was boarding it out every match and it didn't seem like it would be very good ever, so kind of off Kefnet. You ideally want a win condition that actually does something in the early turns for you. That's why I have Gideon of the Trials right now. That's where I also had a Glyph Keeper in my deck that was fine. I didn't like that it was 5 mana, but Glyph Keeper was kind of nice for me. The Pro Point board has me down at 20 PPs, and do you know how many I would need to get to gold? I think it's like probably somewhere around 35 or so. Cub was 8 energy. I guess I'll play Gear Hulk. I'm not really interested in drawing cards. I pretty much have all the cards that matter in my hand. So I guess I'll just Essence Scatter. It's really rare, like I almost Flashback Glimmer, even in those spots, but given that I have like both my negates and my second Disallow in hand already, I'm definitely gonna fight over that. I do have one Gear Hulk left, right? What could he tap out for 5 mana that would really suck? Like Glorybringer somehow? I'm gonna let him have it. I mean, I could bring in Giselle and Bruna, but let's see. I might bring it in. He hasn't played a Glorybringer. I mean, I could. It's really bad against Glorybringer, but if he doesn't have Glorybringer, it's probably decent. Alright, yeah, you shouldn't worry when you get in those spots. I kill my opponents with like 10 cards or less left in my deck all the time. You usually have just enough to finish them off. I think most people are happy with the new PTQ system, but it probably sucks for certain, like depending on, you know, what your job is, etc., what your obligations are outside of Magic. Goal is 35, so I think top 16 gets you 15 PT points. I'm not sure. His last card is Mountain, is it? Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, you mean... he has no cards in hand? Guess I'll counter that. Do you really need to be gold if you're in the Hall of Fame? I mean, do you really need anything? No, but you do get, not sure what gold gets you, but gets you more money, some one trip maybe. Alright, now I'm on the draw again. Gisela, like, it's kind of awkward, doesn't? Sometimes it's not gonna block Cub, sometimes it's not gonna block the Hydra. It's not good against Gearhulk either. Gearhulks were kind of scary, actually. Um, maybe I would bring Gideon back in. What's better, Gideon or Meltdown? Him not having any Glorybringers kind of make me want to bring back in Gideon. But Meltdown might just be better, because it's cheaper. Meltdown. Definitely want all my Fumigates against, he has Virtuoso and Gearhulk, which are not always super common. Negates, you kind of need them to kill them, to finish them off or take your Gearhulk, but guess it kind of depends. I guess Blessed Line's not super exciting. I think I have to keep it in though. Pretty good in the mid game. Should I dare sideboard out a animation? Always so tempting. Maybe I can afford to board out a negate. Johnny Kraut. Oh, okay. When I didn't counter his lightning, his last card in hand was Mountain. I knew it. Okay, yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time left. Oh, 8 minutes. I thought I had 6 minutes. No, 8 minutes 30 should be fine. Sure, I'll keep. When I brought in the Gisela package, mostly against Mardu. I've brought it in against the blue-red prize amalgam deck too. Only played against that once though. Yeah, Mardu. When's the next event I'm gonna play? Probably PT Kyoto. I don't think I'm going to anything before that, and there's a chance I just skip Kyoto for like, you know, kind of half personal reasons and half it's not super meaningful at this point in the season since I'm not doing so well, and it's also one of the most expensive PTs, and it means I won't get to stream. I'll have to not stream for a little while. So I don't know. I'll see. Alright, definitely kind of game that could get scary if he has a negate in his hand. And my Kingdom for Blessed Alliance. Ooh, that's a really good draw. I need to play that right away. Even if he taps out for something good, oh well. This way I don't lose to straight up negate anymore. Hopefully if he taps out for Gear Hulk or something, I just draw an on-tap land and I can cast Fumigate. Ugh. That's not good. I don't like that at all. This is tough. If he has negate, probably gonna lose, but if I say go, I give him like more turns to draw negate, like 2 more draw steps and stuff. So if I play Fumigate, he can untap, play Gear Hulk, and I'm kind of under the gun. This is really tough. I think I just have to play Fumigate and pray here. Tough. Those rug clears are like rebelling today. They're not just rolling over and dying so easily. Looks like a Gear Hulk. If it's a Chandra, I'm in deep trouble. Yeah, no, new standard is definitely pretty good. This guy, I guess he lost his connection again. Never mind, he does have Chandra. Oh well. This card has actually not been very good against me overall. But looking pretty freaking decent right now. Not even sure what I can draw anymore. Alright, I'm not quite dead yet. Can disallow the Chandra trigger, and you know, if he tries to pump his Hydra, I can stasis snare. What do I think about the new planar cleansing? I think it might be worse than just playing cast out in your deck. I don't know, you have to build your deck differently. Cast out's been super strong, and you know, I'm not sure planar cleansing is gonna be that insane. Quarantine field is already kind of a planar cleansing. It's not exactly the same thing, but sometimes it's even better than that. But for like 6 mana, you can get their best 2 permanents. So I don't think it's actually going to be as good as people think, but we'll see. Well, he's getting the 2 extra energies. That sucks. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with my draws. I guess basically I didn't draw Gearhulk was one of the main problems. Maybe I just need to start playing 4 Gearhulks. So Stasis Snare was a bit awkward, but wait, what? Okay. Can I capitalize on whatever just happened? Was it a misclick? I'm not too sure. Probably not, but let's see. 8 mana, I can descend. And he just kills me anyway. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing I can draw. I'm one short of maybe being able to live. No, I don't have 4 card types. Actually, I struggle to get Delirium. Still think the Send's pretty good in that deck, but I don't know. Maybe he'll mess up his attack step again. He's having some lag issues. It's gonna be freaking. He's done it. All right, GG's. I have to go to the bathroom really quick. Tempting to go back to more Blessed Alliances. I had free at some point and the card was really good for me, but I was trying to make my main deck better against Mardu, so I played Meltdowns and I have Stasis Snare, but maybe, I don't know, maybe Stasis Snare has to go. I'm not sure. What is this guy playing? Oh, is he playing the Todd Stevens deck? Mono Red Eldrazi deck. Let's cycle that, try and draw a Glimmer or another elimination. Yeah, I don't know about that Stasis Snare. And sometimes it's hard to cast, not very often, but I think I might just play maybe Gearhulk number 4 over Gideon and Blessed Alliance over Stasis Snare. Dr. Farsanov asking if Mardu's even an issue because there's not that many of them. I mean, they still show up a lot in 5-0 decklists. Yeah, I guess there's not a lot of them, but I still feel like... Anyone knows how the Mardu versus Rug energy matchup is and what the Mardu versus Zombie matchup is? I heard Zombie's a favorite against Mardu. Even though I feel that if you have the right sideboard in Mardu, you definitely have an edge. I feel like last PT actually, I was playing Mardu and I was ready for zombies and I was hoping I would play against zombies every round. So, but I did have like 4 Fumigates in my sideboard. Like I was ready. So, I don't know. Stasis Snare is a bad cast out in this deck. Yeah, for sure, but the effect's still pretty sweet. Like exiling Scrounger is nice. You know, getting rid of Heart's nice. Gideon has been underwhelming, I agree. Jeff says Mardu's a 50% deck. It can be built to beat anything without Marvel. a cycle sensor here, even though it's like kind of a hard counter. I guess I'm kind of playing like an idiot. They do have Chandra in their deck. That was bad. I should have just used Essence Scatter. Whoops. Trying to punt this game. Trying real hard. Could Stasis Snare that actually. Doesn't get value if I Stasis Snare it, right? I'm not gonna use Stasis Snare on the ad guy. Save the Essence Scatters for Not Seer, etc. Why not Cast Out over Stasis Snare? I'm already playing 4 Cast Outs and I just have the 1 Stasis Snare. I like to save my Gearhulks for card drawing spells, but I guess I'll use a sensor since I'm so far ahead. And it's not even a Glimmer, it's just an elimination. Yeah, I haven't played against that deck yet. Seems like it should be a good matchup because they don't have 2-drops in their deck. So it's really hard for them to out-tempo me. And I have pretty good ways to interact with everything they do. Give me a sec. Who is that? Sorry guys. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I've got like some issues. The neighbors are doing work, construction work, and there was like a leak. So the wall in my bathroom's kind of all humid and a bit messed up, and the tile is a bit like fucked up too. So it was the guy doing the work on the third floor that came to apologize and to see the damage, and like had to talk to him for a few minutes. So yeah, sorry about that. Alright, let's finish him. What's going on? I wonder if this deck's any good. Looks bleh, can't speak anymore. Looks hella clunky to me, but maybe it matches up well against other decks in the format. Why snare instead of cast elimination that turn? Oh, you wanted me to like elimination on tap snare and have mana up? Yeah, that was probably better. I wasn't even thinking about that. Alright, so let's see. I feel like none of his cards are really that scary. The Garrison dude, so I definitely don't want to board out the cheap counter spells. Is that stuff good against him? He has Chandra, right? He probably has Harness Lightning too. Let's see. What is bad against him? Those cards are good. Those cards are good. Gideon is actually probably pretty good against him. Those cards are good, 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 good. Yeah, I mean, seems like pretty easy matchup. Maybe Linvala's decent, cause yeah, even that. Thief? Is Thief better than something like Meltdown maybe? What am I gonna Meltdown? I don't really want to Meltdown Reality Smashers. Meltdown against Garrison's not very good. The advantage bar, that'd be pretty sweet. I don't know. Let's try and not sideboard in a single card, see how that goes for us, I guess. Oh, cool. Tobias has insider info on our last open, and he said he didn't misclick his attack phase. He just didn't think I could win. The only way he could lose was like blessed lines. Okay, makes sense. I think he was kind of right. I was drawing pretty much dead. This hand's like pretty great against that red deck, I think, because Censor's pretty much hard counter, and they don't have any good 2-drops. So oh, looks like I missed a good story. What was the Sam Party story? So, who was the pro whose legacy and modern decks got messed up by the hotel at Vegas? How did they mess up? I mean, did they steal it? How do you mess up a Magic deck? Alright. Might actually be in trouble if he has another one and a land flare on the sensor. What? Okay. Has to deal damage though, right? So I can just Meltdown. guess I just melt it down. I don't want to fall behind, don't want to get screwed by something weird. I'm not even too sure how he can really capitalize, even if he resolves one spell, like... I still have cast outs and fumigates and stuff, but... He got his cards back, but they were all bent and warped. Okay, that sucks. Yeah. I usually try and make sure I don't leave any of the good stuff like laid out, but it is kind of weird, like usually hotels are never they never touch they never throw anything away, but I guess if they thought he was actually checked out, that's a different story. That's kind of a bad beat. Sounds like a lawsuit. I doubt it. Alright, we're actually like, we're in decent shape, but things could definitely get out of hand. Oh, that's kind of nice. I guess I do have a bunch of cast outs. Did it have haste too? Should I let it resolve and just glimmer? Just deal with it later? Or should I censor? I guess I'll let it resolve. I'll play with fire a bit. I would definitely sue in that spot. Isn't like suing someone just a huge pain? I mean, I don't know how much money it was, but hopefully he doesn't have to sue them. We can just give him a bunch of money or whatnot, but yeah. That sucks. It's like bad beats of life. The small beats. Um, sure. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully you know, you can just kind of scare them and don't have to go just file a lawsuit. I don't know. I don't know what you can lawsuit for or but yeah, he probably should have been attacking with hope. Question is, should I attack? Yeah, I think I can attack. Have a counter spell for Reality Smasher. Oh, he's just wants to land that bad. I guess he does have the Firebird in his graveyard. Torch of Defiance. Guess I'll hold on to the sensor a tiny bit longer. I'm enjoying the chat. Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot I could just be attacking with Gideon. Probably getting up to 4 counters so it survives the Firebird attack and then start bashing with it. Sounds reasonable. Kind of more interested about what you guys are talking about, the Sam Party situation, than the game right now. Has Gideon can't lose the game emblem mattered yet? It might have mattered in one of the first few games I've played against Blue-Red, and I also had a really weird game against a Black-Green deck where he was trying to time me out, and I think he thought that he was gonna deck me. He thought he was all being all clever and was gonna deck me, but I was just slow rolling Gideon and got an emblem, and he got decked. But pretty much, I guess no hasn't really been relevant overall. Oh yeah, it pretty much never comes up besides decking. I mean, I guess it does come up when they have to attack it before, you know, killing you when you have an emblem, but I almost never get an emblem. Glory be. I don't really care about Glory be that much. Hmm. I guess I'll let him have a Glorybringer. He's attacking because of the Blessed Alliance. I really haven't figured out the right balance between Meltdowns, Blessed Alliance, Stasis Snare. They're all sometimes good stuff. It doesn't seem like it should be the cleaning lady's fault. Also, like firing a cleaning lady that's been doing a good job over that is kind of like probably minus CV, you know, anyways for the hotel, unless she has a history. Also, yeah, also it wouldn't even be her fault in the first place if... Alright, this is gonna be my last match, but I will be back tonight. I might be back earlier than usual. I usually start around 10, quarter past 10, but Liz is not here. Um, I'm not gonna promise, because there's like TI qualifications that have started, so I might watch a bit of Dota, but I'll be back. Might play something different tonight. I know a lot of you guys like to watch some Blue-White Control, but maybe try. We're talking about trying out the Colossus deck. Maybe what else? Colossus. Maybe try and brew some Ram deck. I feel like the Ram deck's gonna be really bad because it's gonna be too hard to balance all the cards together. You know, it's I don't know, having a bunch of sixes and tens in your deck. We'll see. But it is kind of a good time to be brewing because I feel like a lot of the decks kind of attack you from the same angle. Like, you know, basically all the best decks in the format right now are just like kind of basic creature decks, I want to say. Alright, this game's actually not over. I'm just running my mouth like this game's already over, but I can actually get rid of my Gearhulk with Chandra plus Glorybringer attack. Shouldn't be the end of the world, but... Wait, what? Let's cycle that. Alright, this game's not over yet. And he still has 3 cards in hand. Definitely not over yet. No, I don't have any ways to use the energy, unfortunately. I do have thieves, couple either whatever they're called, thieves in the sideboard, but that's about it. Absent tokens, question mark. I don't feel like there's a lot of room to tune absent tokens. I just don't think it can really be a good deck. Boros Oketras Monument. I didn't know there was a Boros version. I thought about the Mono White. The Mono White version's good, but not super exciting to play a tap out deck. Also, same. I'm not sure there's a lot of room for tuning. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to get rid of Chandra. He actually probably should have attacked with Phoenix. He's scared. He doesn't only have one Blessed Alliance in my deck. Alright, let's see. Do I want to play Descent first? Yeah. Oh, exile the... Yeah, okay. That's pretty good. Could even just attack him. Attacking Chandra or attacking him? Yeah, I'm just gonna attack him. Is that a mistake? I'm just gonna attack him. Am I the #1 Magic stream? Sick, 300, wow. Thank you guys. We usually don't get that high. I wish I have to take care of like I have to take care of that stupid stuff. My I don't know how you call it in English. Entrepreneur? No. The guy who took care of who did the work in my apartment is coming in an hour or so, and I need to take care of some stuff before that too. So, but I'll be back tonight. Thanks anyways. 300 on a Monday afternoon. This guy was nice until Chatty Chad despite his 2 bad draws. No, landlord, no, I own my apartment. No, the guy who redid like, my bathroom, my the painting, etc. He's gonna see and take a look at the damage and, tell me what I need to do, etc. Ooh, even for free too, you get an extra chest. You used to get one. Alright. Get to open a couple chests before I log off. Also like to thank my most recent sub, Runji. Thanks man, appreciate it. Alright, and we're also going to take a quick look at Sinshow's deck list. He's been doing okay with it. Primal Druid, Undergrowth Champion. So you're playing kind of a ram deck, but with a lot of guys to clog the boards. What does the champion do? Yeah. Seems a bit clunky because you're kind of trying to attack them, but you also have like druids and no good ways to sack them. And you're kind of all over the place. You're not really an aggressive deck, you're kind of a mid-range deck. You're lacking a bit of synergy, I guess. Advocate might be a bit underpowered until you hit 6 lands, etc. Not sure. Looks like you should definitely have the land that makes 2 mana when you have 7 lands or more in your deck. That card's probably really good in your deck. Plus you could get it. You can get it with Hydra, right? It's like a land card, so you should definitely be playing that card. Also, blue for just Nissa is kind of sketch. You get some good sideboard cards, I guess, but might just want to go straight up red-green. Lets you play the colorless land. Helps you cast Soul Mog, I'm not sure. Maybe try to work on your types too. You have what? You have a bunch of sorcery, a bunch of instants, a bunch of guys, and some planeswalkers. And lands too. Yeah, Traverse is alright in your deck. 7 mana. I mean, honestly doesn't seem that bad. 3-2 in the friendly leagues is not super exciting, but I don't know, champions are probably a bit awkward. Maybe black is better than green too? I'm not sure. Alright, let's open some chests. Ooh, Creeping Tarpits. Is that worth anything? Probably not much. Maybe a couple ticks. I feel like I've been getting Oh wow, 7 ticks. Yeah, no problem, Show. I mean, it was quick look, but I guess it's the theme today. My favorite land, Dark Slick Shores. I feel like I've been opening better chests lately, like way fewer, like completely terrible chests, but maybe it's just bias or something. Yeah, I guess Moto just knows I like Dark Slick Shores. I actually have where is it? In my four colors human company deck, white green deck, playing a Miser's copy of Dark Slick Shore, which has been really good for me actually. Gives you your black splash and your blue splash. Kind of love that land. Who doesn't love a fast land? Yeah, I think I opened one the other day. Oh, pleasure playing against you. Wow. Maybe he knows it's me, or just friendly, super friendly dude. Citizen Y sounds familiar though. Wonder if it's not even like someone who watches my streams sometimes. I don't know. Anyways, free two, not impressive, but I guess when I've been so used to going 4-1 or better with that deck, or mostly 4-1, that free two feels a bit like I've let you guys down today, but we drew pretty rough twice, missing land drops and such. Um, but yeah, I'll be back tonight about 4 hours or so, 10 p.m. my time, and be back tomorrow afternoon. I have to take care of some stuff, but I might try if I don't have to deal with too much BS. I might start a bit later tomorrow, but just go all the way through, like stream from like 3 or 4 p.m. until 2 a.m. Just because Liz is gone till Wednesday, so I might try and do that if I can. So yeah, take care, guys, and I'll see you tonight, tomorrow, or next time.